Stop me if this sounds familiar. Someone asks, "How are you?" and you smile. You say, "I'm fine." But if they could see inside your head, they'd see a war zone. You've been through things. Loss, betrayal, heartbreak that nearly broke you. And somehow, you're still here, still functioning, still showing up every single day. But here's what nobody tells you. Going through too much doesn't just leave scars. It rewires your entire nervous system. And if you don't understand what's happening inside you, you'll mistake your survival instincts for personality flaws. Today, we're diving into the psychology of people who've endured too much, why you feel different from everyone else, what's actually happening in your brain, and most importantly, how to finally feel safe again. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what most people can't see. When you go through repeated trauma or chronic stress, your brain doesn't just remember what happened, it prepares for it to happen again. This isn't pessimism, this is neurobiology. Your brain has a threat detection system run primarily by something called the amygdala. Think of it like a smoke alarm. Now, when that alarm goes off too many times, it becomes hypersensitive. It's like a smoke detector that's been triggered so often, it now screams every time you toast bread. You might notice this showing up as always expecting the worst, even when nothing bad is happening. Difficulty trusting people, even when they've done nothing wrong. Feeling on edge without knowing why. Or this overwhelming need to control everything in your environment. And listen, this isn't paranoia. This isn't you being dramatic. This is your brain trying to protect you based on the data it has collected. You've learned that bad things do happen, and your mind is working overtime to make sure you're never blindsided again. But here's the cruel irony. The very adaptations that helped you survive can now prevent you from actually living.
Now, here's something you might have noticed but never had words for. After a certain point, things that used to make you happy just don't anymore. Or they do, but only faintly. Like you're watching your own life through a window instead of actually living in it. Psychologists call this emotional numbing, and it's one of the most misunderstood symptoms of prolonged stress. Think of it this way. When your nervous system is overwhelmed for too long, it starts trimming down the volume on all emotions, not just the painful ones. It's like your brain says, "We can't handle this intensity anymore," so it mutes everything. This is why you might feel detached, even from people you genuinely love. Why you feel guilty for not feeling as much as you think you should. Why good things happen and you just feel nothing. You're not broken. You're not cold-hearted. Your nervous system is just trying to prevent complete overload.
Let's talk about something that might hit really close to home. When you've been let down too many times, you stop asking for help. You become so self-reliant that needing anyone feels dangerous. You pride yourself on being low maintenance, on handling everything solo. And on the surface, this looks like strength. And in many ways it is. But underneath, this is called hyper-independence, and it's a trauma response. It usually develops when people you trusted didn't show up for you, when asking for help led to shame or rejection, when you had to grow up too fast and become your own safety net. So you built a wall, and that wall says, "I will never give anyone the power to hurt me by needing them." The cost? Loneliness, burnout, and relationships that never quite go deep because vulnerability feels like handing someone a loaded weapon.
But here's something interesting. People who've been through too much often develop this almost uncanny ability to read others. You walk into a room and feel the tension immediately. You notice micro-expressions, tone shifts, energy changes that other people completely miss. This is hypervigilance, and yes, it's exhausting. But it's also given you something powerful. Deep empathy and emotional intelligence. You can sense when someone's lying, when they're hurting, when something's off. You've become a student of human behavior because your safety depended on it. This isn't a superpower you would have chosen, but it's one you have, and when you learn to channel it, it becomes one of your greatest gifts.
So what do you actually do with all of this?
how do you start healing when your nervous system is stuck in survival mode? Here's the truth. You can't think your way out of this. You have to train your way out. Strategy 1. Retrain your nervous system. Every single day, create one deliberate moment of safety. This could be wrapping yourself in a blanket with a warm cup of tea and actually savoring it, placing your hand on your heart and saying out loud, "I am safe right now," or taking 5 deep breaths and really feeling your feet on the ground. The goal isn't to erase your past. It's to teach your body that this moment, right now, is different. You're building new evidence that the world isn't always dangerous.
Strategy 2. Start noticing glimmers. You've heard of triggers, things that activate stress, but there's another concept called glimmers, tiny moments that signal safety and goodness. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, a stranger's kind smile, a song that makes you feel lighter. Start hunting for these. Write them down. Train your brain to notice what's good, not just what's wrong. Strategy 3. Practice micro-vulnerabilities. If you're hyper-independent, this is going to feel uncomfortable. Start small. Ask a friend to recommend something. Let someone help you carry groceries. Share one small worry instead of keeping everything inside. You don't have to bare your soul. You're just testing the waters, building evidence that needing people doesn't always end in disappointment.
Here's what I need you to understand. Healing from too much doesn't mean you'll forget. It doesn't mean the past won't matter. It means you'll stop letting the past run your present. You'll still have hard days. You'll still feel that weight sometimes. But you'll also have moments where you realize, I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm actually living. And that's not nothing. That's everything.
If you've been through too much, you didn't get a choice in that. But you do get a choice now. You can stay in survival mode, or you can start, slowly, gently, teaching your mind and body that the war is over. You've already proven you're strong. Now it's time to prove to yourself that you're safe. If this video resonated with you, do me a favor. Try just one of these strategies this week. Pick one, and notice what starts to shift. And hey, drop a comment below. Tell me which one you're going to try, or share your experience if you felt this way. This community is here for you. If you want more content on healing, understanding your mind, and breaking free from survival mode, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. You've got this.